We are good now.
I'd like to open this meeting of the Bisbee Arts Commission on Monday, March 21st, 2022 at 5:30 p.m. First thing, roll call.
Jenny Druckman, Bill Higgins,
Here.
Karen Schumacher,
Present.
Sharon Stetter,
Here.
Amy Brett,
Here.
Angela Rockefeller is excused, Leslie Johns, Nina Williams here.
And Leslie told me that she had something. that she had
Yeah, I
to-
thought so. I just couldn't remember.
Would you like to speak to the call of the public, Jason, or are you going to wait for your item?
I'll wait for my item.
Okay. Then I'm going to move item, because Jason's here with us, and I know he worked all day too. I'm going to move item 4 in front of item 1. Discussion and possible action regarding grant application received from the Copper Queen Library in the amount of $500 for a stained glass window display.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Thank you for having me. So we want to work with Nicole Piper. She's a local stained glass artist, and to design, create everything, fabricate a stained glass window that would go above our side door that faces towards the east. Yeah. And then the theme of it would be a kind of a homage to the flora and fauna of Southeast Arizona. So there's elements of agaves, and there's a rabbit and an owl. Yeah, and this is just really a continuation of our efforts to really add art to the library. We get a lot of visitors. This past week was spring break, and we had tons of people through the library. And it's really becoming a mixture of library/art museum, and with help from the Bisbee Arts Commission to get some of this stuff done. So we're super excited about the possibility of this. And it would hang behind the original glass. So the installation would be, we'll be working with Step Up Bisbee to help us install it safely and correctly. It's a larger space. It's 43 by 52 inches, so it's a nice size piece of art. And yeah, just continuing with our mission of promoting the arts. Do you have any questions?
And Nicole's on your board too, right?
She's on the Friends board, yeah.
I had a question. Does anybody have any other questions? Oh, the only thing is there going to be, I assume you'll have something there that says where it came from? Or where who made the window? Or
Yes.
And then something about, the Arts Commission fund?
Yes.
Okay. You know the drill. I think it's a lovely idea. Does anybody have any additional questions? Then do I have a motion?
I will. I'll move to approve the funding of a grant application from the Copper Queen Library in the amount of $500 for a stained glass window display.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that. Excuse me. Yes.
All ayes?
Aye.
Any nays?
Thank you.
Thank
guys.
you.
That's awesome. Appreciate it.
Can't wait
I'll
to
get it for the
see
next
it.
agenda for
Okay.
April 5th.
Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you, Jason. It seems like, and her work is lovely.
What's that?
Nicole's work is
Oh,
lovely.
yes, it is. She's pretty fantastic.
No, she's a great person. I'm glad that she's
Yeah.
done that for you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a great night.
You too, guys. Thank you.
And escape before we start talking about the art festival. Did you invite them to the art festival?
Yes, I
Okay, good.
took a invite up to.
Then I will move back to the regular agenda. Item 1, approval of the minutes of the March 7th, 2022 meeting. Do I have a motion?
I move to approve the minutes of the March 7, 2022 meeting.
Were there any changes whatsoever?
Read them, but I didn't reread them. No, I think they're good.
And do I have a second?
I'll second.
All ayes?
Aye.
Any nays? Minutes approved. Then we have item 2, discussion regarding the cartoon project. As we know, Juanetta is now on the city council and is no longer on the Arts Commission. It was unfortunate in the timing because it seemed like they finally figured out what to do with the cartoon project. So do you guys have any ideas of what you would like to do, or should we just, I mean, we have a lot right now, maybe we should put it on the back burner?
I think it's a bad
I would
thing.
like to, yeah,
Yeah.
table it until after the festival
Okay.
maybe.
And then we can readdress it, because we're about to be busy anyway.
Right, right.
So we don't have to make a motion, so that's, we'll talk about it in the future.
Okay.
Okay.
Then item 3, discussion regarding the bulletin board outside the Copper Queen Library. So I had I think 2 years ago, you can correct me if I'm
I
wrong.
believe you're correct.
We approved the funding to fix the bulletin board outside the Copper Queen Library. The one person who was capable of fixing it, who made it, Ben Dale, at that time did not want to deal with the bureaucracy of the city government, no insult intended. But now he has expressed interest once again. It needs it needs help.
It does.
Ben Dale is a fabulous human being. One of the things about him is that sometimes he wants to make a project bigger. So I had talked to the city, I talked to Mayor Budge today. One thing is that it looks like we have approval to take out the 2 telephones in front of the library. Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
The 2 payphones that have not worked. For a long time, we didn't know who owned them, and now we still don't know who owned them. But I guess Public Works said that they could just be removed. So Ben Dale had an idea about making the bulletin board 3.5 feet longer. I thought about this, and I actually went and looked at it with him. I don't think it's a bad idea at all. I mean, he's more than capable of cutting it up and putting it back so that it looks good. But I also realize that we're about to spend a lot of money on it. So, I mean, what I think the right thing to do, correct me if I'm wrong, is to get 2 different bids from him. One where we simply repair the bulletin board, which
What we've
desperately
got, right,
needs,
right.
and then one where he extends it in this way that he thinks would be great.
I would agree with that. I think we should first,
Just to see, because I don't know, he had to give me a new bid because the cost of all the materials has gone up so much that the old bid was not accurate anymore. So if that's okay with you guys, I'll just ask him for 2 separate bids.
Yeah.
Because if nothing else, I just want the bulletin board to get fixed.
right.
That is my legacy. I will not leave the Arts Commission until the bulletin board is fixed.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Maybe we should never get it fixed.
I know, you can't leave yet, at all.
The Mayor Budge-
So, but under the table, Ben Dale's getting like some sort of incentive to not do it.
it's just amazing how, it's not the city's fault at all. It's just been,
Yeah.
we wanted it fixed for a long time.
Yeah,
So as long as you guys think that's the right way to go, I'll just ask him for 2 separate ones and then bring them back to you.
So bring it back at the next meeting or
Yeah,
at the
we'll have
second
it.
meeting?
At the what?
At the first meeting in April or the second meeting in April, bring it
Let's just
back?
do it the first meeting and,
Okay.
wait.
the first
Yeah.
meetings are typical, like, regular meetings.
Yeah.
Second-
I just didn't know if he'd have the 2 bids ready is
No,
what I
I can
was.
get him to me this week.
Okay,
He's pretty fast about that kind of stuff. So as soon as I get him, I'll send them to you.
okay.
Because I would love for this to happen.
And we'll need to approve spending that money again since it's been so long.
Yeah, you said that and then the mayor said it too.
Yeah.
And it will have to go to council.
Yeah.
If we hit more than 5,000, which I don't think there's any way we will, then it might have to go out to bid, and that was when legal was gonna get involved.
Yes,
One of
no,
the-
that is true. If it's $5,001, if it's 5,000 or 5,001, it has to go out to bid.
I can't remember does anybody remember what the last one, it was like 2.
It was, yeah, it was not.
It
that
wasn't
much.
that much,
Yeah.
but yeah, let's make sure because of with his cost of supplies.
No, and that was one of the reasons that I was like, let's just fix it the way that it is. He just gets so creative. He's a true artist in that sense. He like to speak small. Okay, cool, then I'll do that. And then we're to item 5, which is the heart of the matter. Discussion and possible action regarding the following items for the Bisbee Festival, the arts event to be held in 2022. I asked Nina to just leave these on, we can go through them, and if there's nothing to be said right now, then we'll just not say anything, but stop me, okay? So the first was the deadlines. We're actually doing pretty good on my giant list of deadlines. I was shocked. I had put stage rented, but that was a little bit,
Yeah,
I'm ahead of myself. And then I wanted to get a new poster for the vendors, like at least mocked up, and I can just email her and she can do it. She does it in like 2 days. The press release given by the end of the month, we'll probably have to wait till the first, because I will admit that I did not finish editing it, and I'm sorry, Amy.
What? Hey, that's okay.
But we'll get that out. And then, we'll talk about this in a minute, but the liquor licenses, I still have to wait and see where we're gonna put the beer garden before I can draw it out for the liquor licenses. She told me, Nina told us that the contract with David Rose is gonna be on the next agenda for the city, right?
So we didn't have any real issues with that.
He just had a few changes that he wanted to make to make
Right.
it,
Was it language based?
it was just language based, really.
Right.
Basically, it was the same thing. It was probably maybe 3 or 4 lines added into those lines.
I don't think he'll have an issue.
Right, so, and the other thing too that I forgot to mention to you was the insurance policy we have. Our policy ends January 30th, so what I can give him is the policy that goes through July, but as soon as we renew it, I can give him a current one that'll go through the end of October, but
Okay.
that's all we have right now until it's renewed in July.
Okay,
I
okay.
think that's,
Yeah.
And I
he's
figured
not
it was
really
just to
having a-
secure it,
Yeah.
and I can always get him when it gets closer to time, I can get him a different one.
He's got somebody, photography exhibition that's gonna be in there just before us now. But it's okay because, that it'll also encourage him to get his work done.
Yeah.
So then we can move in the
Okay.
week before.
And the check is already
Oh,
cut for him.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt, but the check is already cut.
yeah,
So what I'll do is once the mayor and council approve it, I'll have you come and
okay.
you
Give
can.
it to him.
Yes, because the city manager is going to sign it, so we don't have to wait for the mayor to sign it. The city manager can sign it,
Okay.
and then that way you can just take it over to him, get his signature, and give him his check.
He's basically just given us the whole week before the event to do our display, so which we're not paying for. So,
Okay.
yeah, very-
Nice that he'll have it like ready
I know,
before.
yeah, because something else is
in your,
coming.
in your professional opinion, do you think that one of us should be there for that meeting?
Leslie's
Oh,
going to
that's-
present on it, but if you don't think that she's, well, because she's not been here for maybe so, just in case they have questions regarding
Okay,
it.
one of us will go.
Unless you get with Leslie prior to and just let her know.
What's the
Yeah.
meeting, what's the date of it? The
April 5th,
5th.
yes.
If you, yeah, we'll figure, somebody will go, just in case anybody has questions.
But that contract and also Lowell School, the request for it, I don't know if there's gonna be a charge for that, and that may have to go back, and you may have to have it again on your agenda, because I don't know if there's cost on that form, but I don't know if we're gonna need to pay any of that, because we're not asking for anything but the parking lot.
Okay, yeah, we'll work from there. No, but most of the things we're gonna hit in this agenda, but honestly, we're actually doing okay by my purely made up guidelines for what we need to do this month. So it was into the March, I mean, some of these things were just, like, I don't have a map ready with all the galleries. That was never going to happen. But, yeah, we'll go over a bunch of these things. I just wanted to let you guys know, I was actually surprised when I was marking them off. We're on the right track.
Yeah.
Anybody have anything to say about that?
I have some stuff to say when we get down to additional items that aren't on this list.
Okay, great, yeah, run down there and we'll,
I'm ready.
then discussion website's going, there's traffic. Really, if you have any questions, it mostly is falling under advertising.
It's me.
I was gonna ask you,
Uh-huh.
can I get the city to put the credit card into the Bisbee Arts Commission Facebook account? So I can advertise?
Yeah.
We voted on it, then I forgot to ask you.
Yeah, just, call me.
Okay, because
And
I
we
think
can
you
do
can
that.
log in too, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
But just let me know what I'm paying for so that I
Yeah.
don't mess it up
'Cause
and
I think we
spend
said-
more than what you said.
I will not spend like 10,000, that would be funny.
No, that would be my thing. I'd
Not
click the
too
wrong
funny.
button and be, it's like
Sorry.
I'll
astronomical.
call you the next couple of days and we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Other advertising, most of the things are waiting until a little bit later. We do need to, we're gonna be handing out posters to the people at the meeting on Monday. And then I was thinking if anybody wanted to go around to the businesses and hand out posters to get them in the windows, the businesses.
I've started to, yeah.
You did?
Mhm.
Because I haven't seen many around town, but I know that we were gonna try and figure out who wanted to do what, because we have a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah,
But it's a funny timeline, because it seems like so far, we really need, the Facebook will help to advertise to people further away. I know you're working on the press release, I mean, and I'm supposed to be editing it. The other thing is reaching out to the papers. I don't know if anybody wanted to reach out to Shar at the Sierra Vista. They already wrote an article about when we got the money. But maybe it would be good to reach out to Shar for
CHAR? How do you
Yeah.
say it?
SHAR.
SHAR. She was our liaison before we got.
And
our
I can
agent.
actually, I'll put a note for here, for me to email you her
Okay.
information,
Okay.
or email address.
To see if they would write a new article just with the dates and stuff.
Okay.
Because I mean, one of the things, we want people obviously from Sierra Vista, we need to hit Phoenix and Tucson. Tucson Weekly was another one we were talking about.
I'm sorry. I don't know why.
Because the advertising is the thing that keeps me up at night, to make sure that we have enough people that are gonna be here.
Can I back us up to that, our website thing? Are we at, I have not gone on to add the, artist emails. Is that set up for us to put artist emails into place?
I sent you a Google.
Google Doc, it should come in your email.
Yeah, you got sent an email, I'll show it to you too.
Okay, thank you.
It has all the email addresses that I personally have.
And then I can add to that.
Yeah, and you can add the artist. If anybody has any, has everybody used Google Docs?
It's been a while, but yes.
It's pretty
It's easy,
intuitive.
yeah.
I have a 3/4 for the emails.
Okay, all right.
And so this morning I put them all in.
Yeah, it was on my thing to do today, but then I looked at it and I'm like, I've never even looked at them.
No, yeah, that's it. To the, it's not the
Google
west.
Doc.
Yeah, it's just, it's been sent to your email.
Okay,
And it's just an invitation to join the Google Doc.
okay,
And so everybody here should be able to get on it.
okay.
So,
And when did you send that, a while back? Did I just miss it, or?
is it like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, not,
Yeah.
like a week
I
and a
was
half.
probably getting ready for the retreat
Yeah.
or something and just,
Well, honestly, it wasn't filled out, and then I just filled it out.
okay, all right, very
But
good.
now I do need help finding the email addresses of these people.
Okay,
Because the ones that I don't have.
so I'm gonna, so on that, we move to advertising, I'll send a quick note to Shar at the Sierra Vista Herald and ask if she can follow up with an article.
Yeah, because we have the poster, we can send them, we have enough that they could write something.
Okay,
Are you gonna do the Observer too?
Yeah, I
Sure.
didn't think that we didn't really want to put an ad in the Observer yet.
No, I meant just like a little
just a
article
little
about it.
article.
See if she can.
Yeah, I'll reach out to Laura.
You'll reach out,
Okay.
okay,
Yeah, because I wrote a column for her for years.
yeah. We missed that column, by the way.
I know, I thought I'd run out of things to write about. I could start it back up, but I'm in a different place. I'll reach out to Laura,
Okay, now I'll do Shar.
and then.
And then we really do have to, should we try and assign someone to be the, kind of, public relations outreach in sending out, because we really should have, announcements on the radio. It's a little soon for that, but we ultimately need to have the public service announcements on the public media and
Yeah, do you want to wait until the next meeting when we're all here and see
see
who
if
wants
anybody
to?
wants to take on a
Yeah, because
position like that.
we definitely need somebody who,
Mhm,
that's
to
their
just-
main,
We could, yeah, okay, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Next meeting.
And what did you call that again? I'm sorry.
Public relations,
PR.
PR person, yeah.
because I thought, I woke up in the middle of the night the other night and I was like, maybe we should just hire somebody to do this, I don't know, and then that's so expensive.
It
But
is
yeah,
expensive.
really getting the word out.
Mhm.
So next we have parking. Dinah gave us the update mostly, since Jimmy's not here. Ginny sent us an email, did you get it?
Mhm.
It should be in your packet too.
Yeah.
And, that is the parking and the Freeport involvement, because they're working on the,
Mhm.
yeah, and they're working on the pit one, isn't that what they said?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I was surprised. A temporary license for the use of the pit overlook. And the lot across the street from the Bisbee Breakfast Club, which that's that weird little road.
Mhm.
So it was there.
Oh, it is theirs, okay,
I thought so. Well, they own, like, it's funny, I mean, they own most of Wool.
right.
And they sent us some information about where that stuff was. Does anybody have any questions about that? It feels like it's getting taken care of.
A little more is fleshed out, I think, yeah.
Jenny's been really good about being in touch with them.
And they seem very supportive and easy about this.
Yeah.
The Freeport's always been pretty good about supporting the arts or everything in this town. And I know that also when it came to parking in Freeport, well, this is, I'll talk about this later. Then I will go to galleries and nonprofits, which is the meeting on Monday,
Yeah, what time is that meeting?
5:30.
5:30.
So how many RSVPs have you gotten?
You know, I grabbed the wrong folder, but I think we're only at about 8. So,
People are slackers. That's why.
people are slackers about calling. I went in and talked to Luann. Luann is, you know, she doesn't do meetings.
I know I gave her that, she was like, she kind of gave me that feeling where she was like.
She's just one tough cookie sometimes. My husband was in there with me when I was talking to her, and he goes, "Whoa, what came out?" Yeah, you get used to it. But anyway, but I did write to her to ask for her involvement in, you know, just in the sense of, I would like a list of all the artists that she's representing in her gallery. They're local artists. That was one way for her to participate. And a second way was, would she consider hosting an event and coinciding with our event that would be for local artists? So I did not get an email back from her yet.
Opening the same night kind of thing?
Yeah, like, or just have an event alongside of the event would be a way for us to get galleries involved, you know, just.
Yeah, and we are offering them some table space to advertise, but we can talk, if she refuses to go to a meeting, we always talk to her. And then permission to put them on a map, which I don't think anybody's gonna have a problem with, but I'd love to have permission so nobody kills me.
I should let you guys know, though, that we sent out this letter, both Karen and I overlooked the fact that the address that we used for Sloan's space was his old address, when he
It
was
is the
on
one,
51
it is
Main.
the one that came up.
It's the one that came up. He's now at 27 Main Street. Not that anybody attending this
I
meeting is
talked to
gonna
the
have a hard
mayor
time
about it.
finding it.
I talked to the mayor, was like, everybody's just gonna go to the right one because everybody knows where it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, it gives me a chance, though, to give everybody a call this next week, because I haven't heard from you. Let me remind you that it's happening, and by the way, and are you coming? You know, so I can try to get a better RSVP, understanding of our RSVPs, so that I'm planning to do this week.
And so at that meeting, just as a reminder, so we will be, Sloan has been very gracious about, he's gonna give us a short tour, right? And then he will be giving cocktails or,
Yeah, he's gonna
Appetizers.
serve appetizers and drinks, and we'll conduct our meeting, which you and I are gonna go over some of the points of the meeting, and maybe this is a good time for Bill and for Amy to.
I won't be there, I have to go to a wedding.
I know, but do you have any ideas of what you would want us to cover in this? Maybe, you know, as we're thinking about this meeting that we're gonna have, what do you want us to cover from your perspective, just so we do
you'll be
have
there,
it,
right?
Yeah, I'll be.
if you think of anything.
All right,
Yeah, just email us.
think about it.
Yeah, what should we make sure that we have the local galleries, involvement in? I have this crazy idea of wanting to have a flash mob, I really do. I've always
That's not a
wanted a
gallery
flash
thing
mob.
though, is it?
I don't know.
I would like to keep it a little bit more,
Yeah, this gallery meeting a little more concise, but, you know,
and specific to show art.
yeah. And so what are we asking them? Are you gonna have an exhibition alongside of our exhibition? Is that mainly the question we have for them?
Well, at least in my mind, the idea was that I wanted to obviously give them a synopsis of what we're going to do and make them feel like they were included. Offer them the option of having some table space to advertise their artists. And then,
Table space at the festival?
yeah, we had talked about having at least, I mean, they're not gonna be there because they're gonna be at their galleries, but the idea of at least having one table, part of a booth, something
Maybe that's,
that just has all the information.
and that
about
would be
them.
at the booth that we also are at.
Exactly.
BAC is at,
So,
okay, all right.
And,
Or on the back of the map maybe, and how you list,
yeah,
put the
and
advertising on that.
getting permission to put them on a map. Trying to convince them to have an opening that night because people will be here and they'll be walking there.
Co-exhibition, yeah.
And,
Right, their own thing, but,
and Lori will be there with the nonprofit, I mean, with Central School, and, I mean, we have a library there too. But just trying to make them feel involved, and also specifically the galleries, saying, hey, if you have any local artists and you think that we might have missed them, please let us know so you can add it to the list.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the main things I wanted
I
to do.
invited Restoration Museum just because I've been using their window for a while. and
That's
they're,
perfect,
They
yeah, I
might
forgot.
have an input, they might, yeah, okay.
But is anything of anything else that we should specifically, I mean, mostly it's about getting them involved, saying it'd be great if you did a show, we will advertise for you.
So this is really a party. I'm sorry, you're gonna miss it.
Me too. I would much rather go to that. I was trying to think of how I could
I'm
get
happy
out
it's
of it.
not a, like a, or functioning, like a real formal
I
meeting.
really have like a
It's gonna-
loose, like brainstorm,
Okay.
you
all right,
know?
good.
But it starts with us being like, this is what we're doing. And this is how you can get involved, unless you have a better idea, you know?
Mhm.
But keep it very,
Mhm. Okay,
does that make sense?
yep, yep.
Okay. All right. Anybody have anything else to say about it? We'll meet up too, before but
Yeah.
discussion and possible action regarding vendors for event, which one was this?
It was, if I remember correctly, it was the course of action you wanted to do regarding vendors.
Oh, okay, so we had talked about opening up to vendors after this meeting, not this meeting, after the meeting for galleries and nonprofits. Because there's only so much we can do at once. And then so we were talking about opening up in April to them or May?
I thought you said May, but it wasn't a definite.
And I wanted to say maybe April, because what I'm worried about is there's some people who are probably starting to make plans for things they're going to. Like
Yeah,
definitely.
we were gonna check into the dates of the festival in Tucson, and I didn't do the SACA festival, SAACA festival.
What is it?
SAACA,
I can look it up right now.
Southern Arizona, something, so it's Tucson. They have a arts festival, I think it's in
Americana.
the fall, I think it's in the spring though.
Yeah, T-Box was in the spring too, right?
Yep. I think just happened into February.
I'm looking right now. Oro Valley, March
Yeah.
26th and 27th.
Okay.
Excellent. Tucson Folk Festival, April 1st through 3rd. Catalyst Makerspace? Oh, that's something nice. This is the website I'm looking for. They specifically have an event too.
It might be the Oro Valley event, the SACA.
Unfortunately, it seems like everybody's having their art festivals in March.
Mhm. Yeah, I like the date of
I would like to open up to vendors in, if not, by the end of April. That's cool.
Okay.
And that involves, once again, me getting with you and talking, because you were gonna, I was gonna call you and ask you to talk about it.
Yes.
This is the specifics of insurance, which is a little bit, I still don't, I've gotta come up with a way of telling them what they need.
Right.
But I didn't wanna wait too, I just was thinking about if we waited too long, we might lose some people.
Mhm.
Like I've had Deb Maroney on a list since October. So she emailed me way back, because people make these crazy plans.
You know, did you give her a, invite for the meeting on the 28th?
No, but I'm buying yarn from her Thursday, and then I'll just tell her.
Okay, just, I have a copy of it, but again, I read the wrong folder. Tomorrow I can give it to you in the morning.
Yeah, will you give it to me?
Yeah, okay.
So she's coming by the hat shop on Thursday.
Okay.
People who buy pounds of yarn at once, they deliver. It's a sad reality that I live. So, does that make sense? I don't think we really have to have a motion, but April, because I have to put up something on the website. Same thing with volunteers, but I think that's a little we're
Is
too
it a little
early.
early for that?
Because Bill did say that we need to talk about volunteers at some point, it is true. And then, so, discussion and possible action regarding tent rental. So, Angela sent us an email. They did not have the pop-up tent.
They only have 20 by 20s. The problem with the 20 by 20 is that we're
Seems huge.
we're lining the street, and I think it would be too deep. You know, we're not gonna probably be up on the sidewalks. I think we can't be up on the sidewalks, we have to be in the street.
I think
There's
legally,
a bunch
yeah.
of vehicles that we have to talk about removing, but,
Jenny counted them all.
yeah, she did. She's on top of it.
Yeah, she's got.
30-something vehicles.
Jenny
parked on
Druckmann
the
has a
street.
whole plan about this?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna talk to people.
Okay.
moving.
But I think that size tent is just too big, that 20 by 20, 10 by 20 would be fantastic if we could do that, you know.
Well, it sounds like
People can share, and people have said that that's the people that I've talked to, a lot of artists are saying that they would share,
Well,
camera, share with.
then, do you wanna get the amount, so we can go ahead and just put it down for 10 by 10s from the other place?
Yeah, if you can get an invoice.
Well, we've got them reserved, they don't need a deposit, interestingly enough.
Really?
They're on reserve, I'll regroup with them.
Yeah,
but
I trust you,
haven't-
I just shot.
Yeah, I'm shocked too.
Yeah, no, but yeah, if we can get something on there, because if
Okay,
they want
okay.
payment, then I need to have.
Yeah, they haven't asked for it, and they said that we wouldn't need payment until our event, so.
Oh, okay.
So anyway,
That's
but
surprising.
I will regroup with them.
Well, then, was there anything else from the rental? They
Because
had,
A to Z Rents is the name of the company.
the other one had the benches for the beer garden or something potentially. They had other stuff, right?
Well, and so that might be some reason to, you know, and they were gonna do the labor, weren't they gonna pop
Yeah.
everything up to the,
Yeah, but now,
Set up.
now we'll have volunteers doing it. I don't know, or we can hire somebody, but yeah, apparently they don't do it for you.
maybe we can hire warehouse guys.
That'd be nice. I mean, I'm definitely capable of getting public stuff. That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work for that money, it would be nice to have some helpers, so maybe we just wanna talk about having the warehouse, you know, on call,
And
maybe as a.
they come with
That's
the
good.
sandbags, right, and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know, I can't remember how much you said it was gonna be. I just need to write it
They were
down.
cheap, they were like $15 a day, but we have to take them for 3 days because I'll have to pick them up.
Oh, you have to go to Phoenix.
Yeah, or they might get them to the Tucson store for me, I think is what they said, I can pick them up in Tucson, so.
Cool, we're okay. We do have to look at some point of what, the additional things like the stage, and if we're having some sort of beer garden, I just keep on saying beer garden, but drinking and eating area.
Dan, I know that Angela talked to Dan, Dan.
Simonis?
Simonis, thank you, about the rental of a flatbed for the stage. It's
Okay.
probably the best idea, so that's in the works,
Excellent.
yeah.
And then,
So stage might be easier than we think.
yeah, and I talked to the Oldfields, Josie and her husband, and they're all in on helping us with electricity or whatever we need.
Mhm.
So that was great that Angela talked about.
Oh, good, yeah. And Angela's supposed to be connecting with Cynthia Conroy. Cynthia hasn't written me back, although she will. She will write me back. And so there will be a gathering of Angela Rockefeller wanted to talk with Cynthia about something about hosting this large event. I didn't write down what Angela wanted to ask her, but anyway.
She did have some, yeah, I don't remember either.
Yeah, I don't remember, but anyway, that should happen fairly quickly here. It might be about performance or something, because Angela is gonna handle the performers, so. Anyway, that's in the making too.
So then trash at the event, we had just realized that we really needed to start thinking about that. We will have to find or rent some sort of container, or we're gonna do deal with the city. The city's gonna pick up dumpsters, but we can rent dumpsters from you, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
You just need to tell them how many and how many times you want, or when you want them to be
How many
dumped.
dumpsters do you think?
How big are they?
Well,
Just
in the past, I have
We're gonna need
always,
trash boxes. We're gonna need
I've
something
borrowed
else.
boxes from companies like Salt River Project, makes these tall,
I've seen those.
and they just give them to
Yeah.
you. They just
Really?
give them to you. Yeah.
Will you
so-
find out how to get them?
Okay,
You know how to get
alright.
them? Okay.
Yes, I will.
Trash boxes, but we still will need the dumpsters to put them in.
Yes, right. You'll take the bags out and just put it in the dumpsters.
And then donation, I'm going through this really fast because I know there's some things on here that we really need to discuss later on. Donation boxes, someone had said they wanted someone to make donation boxes for us. I think it was you.
I would love to see the donation box be something that is used not maybe just by the Bisbee Arts Commission, but, other events that might happen. Like have a donation box that is interactive. Wouldn't it be fun if Poe did some sort of, kinetic sculpture? You've seen them, you put the coin in and then it causes all these things to happen. Or the one that goes in the you'd be amazed at how much money those science museums make off of that thing that goes around and around and around.
I'm 38 years old, I love them.
I love them too. So, so I think a donation box that has some sort of interactive way of being.
We're talking about like one major donation box.
Yeah, that could be set into our museum space, our exhibition space. Could be, you know, another place for a donation box at our event would be near the vendors that are vending food, because typically people get change back and they'll toss that change into a box that's for a WB, and that could just be even a clear acrylic, you know, Bisbee Arts Commission, throw your change in here.
I was gonna say, we probably need more than one donation box, but
Yeah.
we don't need more than one, that's probably really complicated.
If there's one if there was one that we were to spend money to design that could be used
Elsewhere.
elsewhere for other city functions or whatever, I mean, I don't know if that makes sense, or the Central School Project, I always thought should have their own donation box.
I know, we need a jar.
Yeah, not just, it should be something fun though, it should be.
I mean,
a
I'm
cool
totally up for that, as
donation
long as it
box.
wasn't something we were spending a whole, I mean, because
Right.
we're spending some,
No, we are. Meanwhile, I think this month the machine will hit over 100 sales.
Wow.
Wow.
It's really scary right now. I checked it, there were 5 pieces a day sold from last week all the way through, so, yeah, it's scary.
This was a big weekend of
Yeah.
a billion motorcycles.
A billion motorcycles,
if
yeah.
you,
But that doesn't give us that much money, but still, it gives us a chunk.
yeah, but the problem, to remember that we have a budget,
Yeah, I know.
so it doesn't make how much
Just,
budget.
right, we have to stay within our budget.
Yeah, and that's not gonna remind me.
But maybe that doesn't fall into the category necessarily of a festival
But
budget,
we don't have
because,
it budgeted to spend it.
well, I know, but what if somebody like comes in and says, I'd like to make a,
We don't have the money, we wrote a budget.
oh, no, for the festival, but what about, as it just a commission, as somebody commissioning a box, I don't know.
Well, it's not on our.
But how do we get around it?
Somebody needs to be
The
an
budget is
artist and
itemized.
apply for a grant.
Exactly, to make a donation box that can be used by various different, yeah, that would be
It
lovely.
seems like that's how we break the law.
So-
Okay.
Okay, never mind, yeah, it sounds like we can't do
Stretch.
that.
We'll figure it out. When you get can you look around at some different ideas?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but I think it's like an overlooked way to make a bit of.
No, I think it's a great idea. And then we were talking about seating for music performances and also for food. That's one thing, I'm gonna ask Angela to go back and see what kind of, because we might just order it from the people that don't have the pop-up too.
And
Right,
that you need to figure out where the stage and the food is gonna be and map that out, figure out the seating.
Yeah, and I thought, cause I can't put the liquor, I can only put one liquor license in it now. I cannot put the other liquor license in until we decide where the booze is gonna be.
I think we, pretty much,
The
if we use that side road and the side road could be where people are set up, and then the dirt would be where we would set tables and chairs, and then that,
The side road would be the
that one that's right, you know, that one we were talking about, that we
Yeah.
didn't know who owned, if we use that, and the dirt lot, and the
So
back wall of the
keeping the
Lowell
booze within the
sign.
dirt lot,
Yeah, yeah,
I can write a thing that does that.
yeah.
I mean, I assume that's kind of what we're gonna do.
Here, yeah, let's look at that map. So,
That's
I
the
don't
whole
even know
deal.
what this map is.
this is where we're gonna be right here, right? And we're talking about using that street right there. This back wall of this building is this, where it says Lowell, whatever, you know, with the spaceship. That's where we should set up the trailer for the stage. And then this area right in here would be booths for food, and then this area in here would be, there's gonna have to be a sound booth somewhere in there.
So all the booze would be within the dirt lot. Okay. Yeah, I can write that.
Yeah,
That, I mean, that makes most
and it would be
sense.
nice if we could utilize the street for the food vendors and if there's
Bathrooms and trash.
yeah, exactly, if there was a way to have an entrance from this street onto that lot, the booze could be sold right there, and then this could be, like you said, bathrooms and.
Yeah, what I write has to encompass where it's
Yeah.
sold and where it's.
Yeah, okay.
So you talk about the street too?
Well, do you wanna look at that? I don't know if the street is too far away from the lot.
Well, I think what you could do, is you could put the food trucks here, and then you put the booze tent in it.
Okay, yeah,
And then
there
just
you
keep
go.
it in the
Just keep
same-
it in that same, yeah, keep it in that control
And then
space.
Bill's gonna protect the booze lot.
That makes sense to me.
Simple.
Okay, so let's do that.
Okay, I don't,
Dirt
so I
lot,
can. what I'll
consigned
do
to
is
dirt lot.
I'll write up the, scenic seating, Angela, stage for event that's being dealt with right now. The alcohol, I don't think, who was considering non-alcohol, I mean, it come up.
Sharon had said something about non-alcoholic drinks, that maybe there should be an option for that.
Oh, she
Oh.
was talking about like the ice.
Yeah, but I couldn't-
Oh, it's gonna be
Reposado, not
November.
reposados, but like the refresco drinks
Yeah.
that you can have at a,
Maybe the coffee, like Seth and his coffee.
somebody to do, just like, yeah, just lemonade or
Espresso, I
chata
would
or
go for it.
hibiscus
Coffee
tea
would be
and
good.
coffee. So a booth that would have that, we're gonna
That's
want it.
good. The ones I specifically need to worry about right now are the ones, I just have to get this.
Yeah, this is a booth
Yeah.
So
vendor,
we are
is the
serving
hardest.
alcohol.
Yeah.
We're serving alcohol twice. We have two different, just as a reminder, we have
Right.
2 liquor licenses. One for the days of the festival, one for the VIP party. Okay. So I can go ahead and write those up, I think.
Okay,
Unless, if Freeport says no on the road, we'll have to reassess. But I think they will acquiesce. Press release is the next one. I didn't, as I apologized before, I haven't finished adding some information. We'll come back with the press release.
Okay.
And I did make a Google, I'll invite you to my Google document, Amy.
Okay.
So just,
would you revite me to the Google Doc so I don't have to go look for it?
No, the one for the artist.
Oh,
we're talking about a different one, but
Oh,
I'll,
different, okay, sorry.
I can invite it to you, I'll invite you right now, Sharon.
Thank you very much. Because who knows where it got buried.
You get email besides from
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Dude, sometimes I can't find anything.
I gotta look in spam. Like, oh, needed that.
I have you as an editor.
Everyone should be an editor.
Everybody's an editor.
Yeah, have everyone be an editor, especially when it comes to.
Everybody's an
Alright.
editor. I think I resent it to you, but I'm just gonna do it right now to make sure, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Otherwise, these little things, the things one forgets. So I'm gonna send you a link to it.
Okay. And so, this press release, what I'm going to write is just really a request for another article.
That's what they, Amy's written a press release, but yeah, if you wanna ask the Herald, just write another article.
Okay, got that.
It was pretty, it needed more.
They just need more information,
Yeah.
which we're making it up as we go. Vendors,
I apologize, I put that on there twice.
cars on Erie Street, that is being,
Dealt with.
that's being
Jenny.
dealt with. Now Jenny has a whole plan. Musicians and performers.
That was Jenny and
Angela.
Angela.
And I'm gonna email them because I think we should have a Google Doc that has those people on there.
Yeah.
Even if it's mostly their Google Doc, then we'll have the information on how to get a hold of them.
Mhm.
Also, going back to this Google Doc, if people want to put the phone numbers on there, that probably wouldn't be the worst thing, but I just don't have, you know.
Yeah, if
it's
I
just-
have them, I'll add them if I don't.
Yeah, if you have them, add them.
Okay.
But yeah, musicians or performers, Angela and Jenny are working on that, I know. And then we have a motion.
Yay.
I know, discussion, this is all you, Amy. Discussion and possible action to pay stand-back septic service for the restrooms to be used at the Bisbee Festival of the Arts event in the amount of $830.03.
The Mountie.
Amounting.
Oh, gee. You know, that's what happens when you do multiple agendas on one time, on one day.
I don't know how you do it.
I don't
so-
either.
You know, right, Amounting, that's fun. To pay 75% before the work begins and the final balance due upon completion. So that means now, can we pay them now? We're gonna have to do the same thing, right? Go on the agenda.
For,
For getting the money to be distributed to the.
yes.
The other 25%.
They're gonna love us by the end
So
of this.
here's the thing, I only put the to pay the 75%. Did they say, Amy, that we had to pay it all up front, or just what was on here?
They didn't say anything, they just sent that.
Okay, because that's what is in the
Yeah.
bottom of the disclaimer.
So let's pay them, so let's go ahead and get it on the agenda and pay them.
Just pay them the whole amount?
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
What do
Okay.
you guys think?
Well, it was
Some
up to you, I was
reason
giving you the
not
Is there
option.
any reason not to, well, I mean, if they don't show up, but
Well, they will, they're
they already got
everywhere.
75%, yeah, so I think that way we
If
don't.
only if it complicates their bookkeeping, if they prefer to only get paid 3/4 and then the balance upon completion, that means we'll have to have a check agreed to and cut to give
Yeah.
them that
Well,
last.
for the
it'd
sake
be
of
so much
bureaucracy, let's
easier.
just, I can't imagine
Yeah.
they're gonna dislike us, let's just pay them.
Okay,
That's-
so-
Otherwise, we'll have to go back
Back
to
and
the.
get more
Yeah.
money.
So don't
we
worry
can
about that you
pay-
pay 75, just say in the amount of.
Alrighty,
Do I have a motion?
I'll do it. I move to approve paying Stemback Septic Service for the restrooms to be used at the Bisbee Festival of the Arts event in the amount of $832.03.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that motion.
All ayes?
Aye.
Any nays? We have toilets.
We have toilets, one thing we've got.
That's
We're ready.
good.
It'll go on the April 5th.
Okay, one of us will probably go to that meeting, because it's just like a lot.
Yeah.
I'm ready for this next, item 6.
Amy six, item 6 is Amy's
Amy's got a
item.
lot of items.
I have a few.
All right, you go first. What do you got?
Okay, first, I spoke with Jerry O'Leary of the Arizona Rangers.
Okay, great.
He said, sure, they're available. How many people do we need? And what are the specifics as far as hours?
We're gonna need them at night.
Okay, I need the exact times and how many people we need. I know they go in groups of
festival,
2.
right? They do a minimum 2?
But yeah, but
Okay.
not during the day too, maybe just roaming around for fun times.
I don't think we need people during the, I mean, look at the biker festival. I didn't see a cop down there.
Nah, that's true.
I don't see why that we would need anybody during the day, because we're all gonna be there.
And Bill's gonna crack the whip about the
That's right.
alcohol, so.
No.
We've got bills,
So
yes.
We've got
We
Bill.
don't need the Rangers.
If I have the exact
Yeah.
hours and days and location that I can give him, maybe.
So I would think 2 guys is enough, honestly, because all they're gonna be doing is walking down, up and down the street. It would be 5 until,
5 p.m. until 10 a.m.
I mean, we'll be back at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, 5 till
5 to 8 is what I'm guessing.
5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Does that
8
make-
a.m.
Does that make sense?
And what day exactly and where?
So their setup is going to be Saturday morning.
Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday.
So it'll be Saturday night.
Or, yeah, Friday, what is it, Saturday? It's just Saturday night. What am I saying? Saturday night till Sunday. We don't need them.
Set up, they don't want to set up on
Saturday,
Friday.
October,
We're
when I
not-
get the
No,
wrong
they'll have to
day.
set up on Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Saturday.
So
We're gonna
just
set up on
night,
Saturday
the
morning?
22nd.
They're gonna set up on Saturday morning and we're gonna open, the street festival at 10 a.m.
So
So-
Saturday
We just need
night
somebody there at
only,
night.
overnight.
Yeah. have to
Overnight,
have a-
2 guys.
And what's the exact address they should go to?
What's the city's address?
76 Erie Street.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's it. for the-
All right, that's
That's
one
easy.
thing. I will
Okay.
contact them and get that
Thank
squared
you.
away.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Then, the other thing let's see, we were talking about, maybe a make and take and make.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Okay, well, I found one thing, but it might be too pricey, because it would be like $3 per bag, and that's a lot. That's because it has to include some little markers, but I could look for something else. But if you wanna just look at this and see if this is the kind of thing that might be what you'd be interested in, things like this. This is basically a printmaking
Yeah, so-
craft where it would include maybe 5 little pieces of foam, a sponge, the markers, and the paper, the print paper for it, and instructions. There's a little idea.
So they would do it there and then,
No, it'd be all in a bag. They just take it.
okay. What
They
about the
could-
idea of doing something on site? You wanna do anything?
We could do it there as well.
Yeah.
And just have that going, but also purchase that. But I don't know if people purchase them or you just get them and say, you know, here's 100 of these, and, you know, when they run out, they run out. But that would be $3 per bag.
Well, what
It's
about,
kind of a lot for it.
yeah, what about using this in the sense of having it done, just do it there.
Yeah, if we did it there, then it would be a lot less,
Mhm,
because you
because you
would,
have to supply.
it's the
yeah,
markers, they're
markers.
really, I mean, I did a lot of math, it's a
Right.
good thing I've been doing math every day, but, yeah, it's the markers, because,
Because we could get a ridiculous amount of markers and
yeah,
not have to.
you can get a 10-pack, a 10-pack of each having 8 markers is only $20, which is $2 per.
I know that if we have a make station for kids to create stuff, it becomes a good place for parents to drop their kids while they go shopping.
This
No.
would be a good thing, and having been an art teacher in elementary school,
This
I
would be
could,
easy enough.
I could man it with a couple volunteers maybe, but
That's great.
That
I
might
like the
be
idea
a-
of them doing it there, yeah.
just something to think about.
Okay.
I only made,
That's great.
only made a couple.
And
of
remember,
these
it's
for cute.
October, so it is also just before Halloween. They could do something of a theme of Halloween masks, or I don't know what they wanted to do.
They could do whatever.
Whatever, yeah,
I
whatever
mean-
you wanted to.
Sometimes you get people who the best they can do is just,
Yeah, right.
Adults even.
Adults.
Yeah, it is a cute and kind of fun little project.
No, I think it's great. Yeah, I think we should just keep it there.
Yeah,
And then they take the art away.
Yeah, that'd be good
Because
then.
otherwise it's gonna be, yeah.
expensive, yeah.
So then this whole project might be like, I'd have to price it out.
Will you price it out and we'll give you,
Yeah.
we'll release the money.
Okay,
I mean, just something, there's a few tables and that would be great.
I'm gonna
Amy, do
pass
you
this.
think that, you wanna think this is enough, right? One?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be good, and I contacted the person who, doesn't matter, anyway.
Oh, you did? You got permission?
Yeah,
Oh, cool. So that's what it's great.
she's in some other state.
And is this something, this is what you would like to man during the,
Sure.
okay, great. No, I think it's, the more interactive stuff we have, the better. I think it's awesome.
Did you wanna see this?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I have extra, I just figured, I'll just bring it over.
She's gonna bring it to me, how
And
nice.
Amy, I think
You didn't
my
want
daughter
that?
would
Oh,
help
you-
with that
this would be-
station
Sure.
when you're looking for volunteers.
Yeah.
Gretchen.
Okay.
Yeah, when you're looking for volunteers, just
Sure.
We'll volunteer that daughter volunteers too.
for volunteer Bronwyn and Gretchen.
Excellent.
Yeah, they both can help at a station like that easily, so, and enjoy it.
And I think that'd be great. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you,
Okay.
thank you.
And I think that was it for me.
Add on it.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any other add-on items? I mean, the main.
We didn't discuss
Oh.
the add-on, the charges
Another one?
for the vendor. We were gonna discuss putting a charge on each booth, and we should do
What did you guys,
that.
yeah, what did you want to, we had to vote on.
I wanted to check the other festivals to ask and find out what they charge for.
I think it's anywhere from like 25, I mean, sometimes they're pretty expensive. I don't know.
Which will somewhat reimburse us for expensive the booth, which I guess is a worthwhile thing, because we may as well get reimbursed.
So put that on the next agenda? Okay.
Yeah, I'll look on I can find it on some websites. I just been spend
Mhm.
some time.
But I think we should vote on that and decide that that's what we're doing, because there should be an administrative fee, is what we were talking about, so.
It really, like I said, when
Yeah.
you give people those things for free, they do not show
They
up.
don't- they
You
don't show up,
charge them
exactly.
$5 and
Yeah.
suddenly they're there.
Yeah.
Especially $25.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Or 50, let me see what everybody else is charging. Some of them, I mean, some of these are for-profits, they're charging a lot,
Yeah,
but we'll find out.
okay.
Any add-on items? We're doing great.
Hey, maybe on that.
Oh, you have another L.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, I put up posters in a couple places, like at Vista Park, on their bulletin board, and across that one trashy looking building that, has the.
Which one? There's so many.
The one on Main
Let's
Street,
change
what
the
is that?
subject.
Yeah, the one, the
Um,
long street,
yeah.
that long. stretch.
About that charging people, I don't really know, but if it was like a burden for anybody, there might be a few you could,
Give a scholarship to, or.
yeah,
kind of
a little grant.
I think we can do it, but we can be very
If there
flexible.
was anybody that
Oh, for
prohibited
sure.
them from, some people are really starving artists, it might be tough, but,
Well, no, and I think that, so what we're gonna have people do,
They'll have to sign up on the
they'll sign
website.
up on the website when we open it up.
Maybe just
I
write.
can put a comment thing
Yeah.
where they can tell me, we can just make it a button where it says, is this going to be and I think actually people are pretty honest about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, if it was a financial hardship.
Are you
then-
willing, and partly it could also be, are you willing to share a booth?
Yeah.
You know, knowing that there's going to be a fee, maybe, and we can get more people on the
Yeah.
street if we need to.
That's a good idea.
So put that as a question on there,
So next time we're gonna
Besides the
talk
fee.
about that.
yeah.
And I'll start making that page. I'm not gonna put it up, obviously,
No,
so you can see it. I gotta work with Nate, Paige, remember, I have to work with Nina to make sure that I do it.
Time's gonna
right.
fly though, so the more of this that we have going on, probably the better.
I said make page for Nina. Make page for vendor.
For Nina.
Maybe we should make a page for 9.
You do your own page?
Just a nice
You
page.
know, you're definitely invited on Monday if you want
Oh,
to
yes,
come.
yes, no, I'm
Oh,
gonna
good,
come.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna come.
Good.
I'm trying to think if I could get out of that wedding.
You get COVID.
No, then I wouldn't go to that event.
No, you get COVID.
In air quotes.
What were the other, oh, I gotta do the liquor licenses, okay. I got stuff to do. I'm just making this to myself. Any other add-ons? You're just listening to us babble over here. Next agenda, can we talk about volunteers? That was something that Bill definitely wanted to talk about. Also, I wanted to mention one add-on item, which is not really, it's kind of not add-on, is that when there are, when Nina sends us an email, do not reply all.
Yeah, I may every once in a blue moon still do that, but try not to.
You're the guilty party, but
I am-
You were the guilty party this time.
You are the guilty party.
I didn't say anything important, did I?
No, you didn't.
Like, okay.
it's just a legal issue.
Yeah, I know.
You could get fined, you're not
I know.
going to, I don't believe.
I don't think, because we didn't have a video of it, I don't think anybody would notice, but I just, or, you know what I'm saying, not a video,
Oh, I know, I'm so
but
bad.
nobody else was included in that, so I think we're okay. I just try to get that out there so that we're reminded.
It's a good reminder. I just wanted to remind us. Yeah, are we okay? I feel like we're okay.
I think we're moving along.
We are moving along. Okay, any other things about the Arts Festival? So, Amy-
Well, the only other thing is there was a letter that I want to send out to the artists.
When are you planning on,
I would like that letter to go out by the end of this month. We need 6 months of notice, right? April, May,
We
June,
have to get
July,
all the
August,
email addresses
September,
first.
October.
so everybody concentrate on the
right
email
there.
addresses.
Yeah, but also I want to know the letter, after I wrote it, I mean, you know, I'll write these things and then I'm like, okay, send it off to Karen and Karen can,
We're gonna have to vote on it, so it'll just be.
then I reread it today and I didn't like it, so, it's there, it's in this packet.
Well, you didn't like it now?
I didn't, well, I mean, it can be edited. I just thought this is me writing fast and just,
You gonna edit it and send it to me again? Or you want me to just edit it?
if you guys want
I
to.
gotta edit press release, edit it.
If there's anything offensive or anything that doesn't read properly, I don't mind being corrected, so.
And you want that on the next agenda for a vote?
Yeah, we'll vote on it,
Yes.
we'll send it right after that.
And it needs to go out, so
Okay.
fairly quickly, because we need to give artists a 6-month.
Okay.
Also, will you add your artist onto this
Yes,
list?
I will,
Okay.
yes.
So do you know how to do that?
Well, that's why I was asking about putting my artists up there and putting their info up.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
show
find,
you-
it's a Google Doc, you said, right?
Yeah, but I'm gonna show you the button you push to add another line.
Okay, all right.
All right,
Tomorrow morning, 8 AM.
I have an appointment, can we do it Wednesday? Or are you gonna be gone?
Wednesday I have Louise, and I'm gonna go take her with me to my
Thursday
mom's. Thursday morning I have Louise also. I've heard twice this week. Actually, I had her today too.
Wednesday night?
Wednesday evening, I should be back here by 5 o'clock.
Is that okay?
Thanks, yes.
That should be a semi-code.
Where, semi-cookie AC, no prizes. Okay.
And then we're off the,
Yes,
I'm going back.
solar. Okay.
Wednesday at 5, is that okay?
Wednesday at 5, sure.
Then we can drink booze, okay. I
Okay.
didn't say that. Anyway,
Oh, why am I writing it on here?
I'm so sorry, I forgot.
I would just write it anywhere.
I will see you at your house on Wednesday at 5. Now back to the actual agenda. Item 7, update discussion regarding the following SIG art machine.
Well, you guys, it's scary. That's all I can say.
If you need help
If
packing boxes.
I just need artists to be able to create art fast enough now. I have packed everything I have to put into the machine, and now I'm just waiting for more art because, I think 5 pieces a day sold over the last week. So, I mean,
Do you need anything else ordered for them? Or are you
fairly
good?
soon we'll probably order more, canvases, but I'm still okay.
Okay,
And I'm still okay with boxes, but, you know, we're just going through them. When we sell 100 pieces a month, I think we're gonna do this month. Maybe more.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
We're always
It is,
talking
but
about it
it's
at the
just
city, it's all we
It's
talk
like the
about
most
it.
ridiculous thing, who would have ever thought?
That's what we say, who would have thought that that would have taken off?
I can't keep up. I mean, it's become a joke in the house too. It's like, you know, I'll be sitting there just like trying to catch up, and then I'll go down and go, oh my God, it's empty again. So,
I made this.
It's all right.
I did this, I'll bring it to you on Wednesday. I made those things like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, did you make the
Yeah.
signs to put up?
But
Oh, I've been wanting to ask. I was gonna make Kurt went out of town. I was going, I'm gonna call Karen and make him do
No,
something.
I did it 2 weeks ago, but you
Okay.
are allowed
Spray
to.
mount, so
If
bring
you
it tomorrow.
ever need like
I'm with-
spontaneous, could somebody just come help me, I'm gonna do some stuff, can you
Yeah, I'll
just
let
send
you,
out a?
yeah. It's never,
text
the
or
problem
something?
isn't putting the time together to put the boxes together, it's actually getting the art. And as you can tell, like one at a trying to get cartoons, you have to stay on top of people all the time. And you feel like a broken record and you kind of, but inside, I mean, everybody just laughs, they're all fine with it, it's just become almost a riot. that we
Do you
can't
need,
keep up.
do you want to advertise for more artists?
Thank you. Look at all of my corrections, thank you. Look at
That's
that big
good.
mistake.
Good.
You, the artist, okay, can offer your art. Yeah, okay, yeah, who knows?
Do you need more, do you want us to advertise for more artists?
I'm always accepting artists. I've never turned anybody down, so I don't know that we need to advertise for more. I want to invite them. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't-
just don't know.
There's certain people I don't want to deal with. I don't want to deal with Philip Estrada. I don't want to deal, yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. Only because he just stole from somebody this week, and if that can be on video, it should be known.
Uh-oh.
Well, fortunately, defamation is only punishable if it is not true. Okay.
All right, well, it's known.
Now,
I don't know, I know, there's just people, it becomes a thing if we advertise, do we agree if we advertise and we get anybody?
it's true. You need to invite. I mean, I'll just think about some more people to invite.
That's what I would ask, is it anybody who knows an artist who would be,
There's always young people in town.
There are.
They don't have any
All those
jobs.
20-year-olds.
I know, those 20-year-olds need a job. They need to make some art.
and we have unusual pieces coming in, like Senna did these printed fabric cloths, are really beautiful with, botanical, and they're well
I
done.
saw those. Those are great.
They are nice.
Hmm.
You want to buy all of them so you can make something out of them. And then somebody else did like bejeweled bookmarks, Lisa from the coffee shop.
Oh, cool.
And they were and I thought, oh, those will last in the machine for a while, and they're already sold out. So
Yeah, I'll brainstorm.
Wow.
I know, just keep asking people to create for the machine if you have any artist friends. And then we can add more backup artists. So that's really my problem. It's not a bad problem to have.
So then, social media, Angel's not here. Local artist video, you were still waiting on.
Well, I talked to Karen Webb, who makes these beautiful, I don't know if you've ever seen these flower things.
Oh,
she
wow,
lives here
yeah.
in town.
No, she said, but she would hook me up with some other artists that are local from
Well, you've been busy with all the other stuff anyway. So whenever you're ready.
Right, I'm waiting on them
Okay.
to contact me, that's it.
Linda?
Window tribute, I contacted or wrote to, I haven't heard back from Esteline. My thought was that we would do, this April window would be a split between advertising for our event, which we talked about,
We can add.
and have Bob Wick as our window artist.
When does the window change?
It should change in April.
So what I was thinking is at least one thing is that I would like to order a very large poster. Does that make sense?
But if that very large poster that we order, it needs to have all the information, like,
This is a problem though, I mean, you can,
The dates of the
you might wanna have a
exhibition.
different poster, 'cause that was the discussion, there's no way to put 2 dates on there without it being crazy, like, it was illegible. Every version we went through,
Yeah,
we had people
but
look
we have
at
to
it.
have the exhibition advertised as well, because to me, that's the thing I'm working the hardest for.
For sure, I just don't know if, we just need to do a
And
separate
it's not
poster.
advertised at all right now.
What is on the website?
Yeah.
Then we can do a separate poster,
And were we gonna do a separate poster for vendors as well?
yeah. Well, I mean, there was a,
Is there a way if we're gonna make one big, large poster for the window, that it would cover all of that? Since it's a big,
I
large
can ask
poster.
her, the graphic designer was like, putting 2 sets of dates, like, people don't look at things well enough. It just gets really confusing.
Well, I
And that was one of the
yeah.
reasons why we were gonna put a section on, I mean, it says
Yeah.
on the website the exact dates of the exhibition. What I would, in this day and time,
Yeah,
I mean, I think it would be, I mean, more helpful to have a whole section on the website, because we're hoping people will just go through the website about just the exhibition.
Is there a QR code on, we could put somewhere a QR code on the next poster?
yes, we should. That would
Because
take you
that-
right
I
to
don't
the
believe- I
website.
think QR codes are bizarre, but.
Well, all
They
those
were.
20-somethings, and even me, at 58, I like to
Just,
put my phone on there and it takes me right to the web
I didn't know
page.
people use QR codes anymore.
They do, they use them now
yeah, more than
a
ever.
lot.
Yeah.
A lot
It's
more than they
always-
used to.
Because of going to restaurants, your menu had to be pulled up on a QR code.
I
or-
think that taught everyone.
Yeah, that's.
We did that, yeah.
But I don't know if the graphic designer could put a little,
Mhm.
the link to the website where if somebody sees the poster and they don't have time to write it down, they just
Right.
put their phone up there and then they've got it.
Yeah, I'll talk to her about it for sure. It was just, it was so busy because there's so much
It would
information.
just be like down in
I just think they're aesthetically very unpleasing, but I'll talk to
the,
her
they can
about
be
it.
small, it should
It
just
could
be
be small, like where the
niche.
logo is, or the,
People really
I mean, if somebody
do.
wants to, we went through such hell to get that one with the information. I
Mhm.
don't know how to add more information and keep it balanced.
It's not really information, but somebody might just see it.
it's a really good idea,
I mean-
especially for the window.
Would somebody like to talk, because she kind of cut me off on putting more stuff on one poster.
We'll have to look at the poster and see where it might go.
And I didn't bring
Yeah.
it with me.
I
have it in
wouldn't
the car,
mind
though. I have
talking
one
to
in the
her, but I
car.
don't even know who she is.
I mean, I'll talk to her.
And
Let's just
I
go.
want to talk to Ally also, so yeah, let's share her contact information again.
I don't, yeah, I mean, I was sort of, I don't know. It gets really complicated when you have 3 people tell you what
Yeah,
to
no,
do.
yeah, I wouldn't want to contact her without, but it's, for somebody else actually wanted to know, who did your poster? I want to hire her, so.
Well, maybe the next poster that comes out can be revamped a little.
And I didn't have her information.
And even if, you
It just
know,
it took so many versions to get
Mhm.
this.
I
one.
know, but you know outside of the coffee shop in the convention center, people put those little the cards and little things out there.
Yeah,
I don't know if she
that'd be
could
a great
make a
place.
little,
Yeah, she totally could. We were talking about doing the test.
yeah, that with the QR code and the exhibit might be good. If it's the same sort of look,
Mhm,
then
it's
people
real
will be like, oh yeah,
identifiable.
this is the same, I'm
Yeah.
On this poster,
interested.
so this is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
On this is the poster. We could put a QR code right here.
It
Where-
could
where are
be
you
right
putting-
I
there.
mean, aesthetically, I find that incredibly unpleasing.
Okay, it is unpleasing.
I think we could just take
That's where I
our
would
mission
put it.
statement off
Okay,
and put the QR code right there.
right, yeah.
That's the only place, because it was just, she moved it around.
Unless it's not on here, but just on the next little thing.
What is the next,
Well, we're doing the window, and it should be on the window, the QR code for people to.
yeah, but do you want it on the poster?
Or the small card that has the gallery. Maybe just a different,
Because this cost us like $800.
oh yeah.
So I'm just saying, like,
Let's
Do we-
let it be, let's let it work for a while. But-
I think you could put it here if somebody
If we're
wanted
going to blow up a big poster,
I'll put it right there.
put it,
Yeah,
put it on.
everywhere.
Yeah, it just gets so expensive every time we move stuff around. We do need a different version. I think something specific about the invitational, it was just, I mean, and I know you were going through a lot, Sharon, for sure, but putting this at, the dates were just, we had a bunch of people look at it and they were like, I don't understand. and you can't really put a paragraph on it or anything, an explanation without throwing off the whole balance. So we need to think about, do we want a separate poster for the exhibition?
Not right now, but ultimately, I think the exhibition is, from the standpoint of why I'm doing it, is why we're doing this event. I mean, the 2-day festival, we're gonna really work hard.
Could
We're gonna be
you-
so exhausted.
Could you replace the more citywide events to be announced with that information about the, I mean, in
At the
another-
top of the post, at the top there, it says exhibition, and I just wondered why we just didn't have the dates of the exhibition.
Because it didn't
Too
work,
many
it was too much information. I mean, we went through like 7 versions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And everybody we had that looked at it didn't understand it. And eventually the graphic designer said, you can't have 2 sets of dates.
Just
It just
too
doesn't work.
confusing.
But this poster specifically was one for, I was hoping to use it for out of town.
Mhm.
So yeah, what's in the figure? It's a bit of a, it's just confusing.
it's a conundrum.
It is a conundrum, because
I've done events where we've had, you know, 2-day celebrations and long-term exhibitions. I just can't find any of the posters.
yeah, if you could find an example, because we couldn't
Because we
figure
used to
out,
do it at the Biltmore all the
I
time.
didn't know we're off our agenda, but we couldn't figure out how to do it.
Yeah, I just don't know what to
It's
do
like
with
you read my mind.
Huh?
You read my mind.
No, I know, I can hear her say go back to the agenda.
I didn't even say anything, she just knew.
that. Right, it's over there.
Item 8, future agenda items. We said a bunch, didn't we?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
that was just those 2 things I wrote.
Yep.
I'm sure you wrote them all down, the PR person and the volunteers and,
I have 10 agenda items and then some of the usuals.
Okay.
And we'll add more as it comes.
Okay.
Then do I have a motion?
I move that we adjourn.
I'll second.
All ayes?
Aye.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about